All right, so first point of discussion. It says roles of financial reporting and financial statement analysis. So I started working on these presentations today morning, and I read some part and I opened up a question, and the first question I got wrong. Okay, so then I came back and I read carefully, and if you read this, that they have, and which is logical, but we generally miss those small points. Roles of financial reporting and financial statement analysis. So basically the question required you to distinguish between the two, right? So reporting means preparation of your financial statement accounts, like preparation of balance sheet, cash flow, and analysis means doing some ratio analysis or some modeling once the accounts are available for decision making purpose. So the first part, the role of financial reporting means the accounting part, is to provide a variety of users with useful information about a company's performance and financial position. So what you'd remember is that it would say provide useful information. And the role of financial statement analysis, which is the ratio part, is to use the data from financial statement to support economic decisions. Okay. So let's see if we can apply. Is it A? Yes, it's not B. The reason being, we do not make any such economic decisions with reporting. Is to calculate important ratio? Of course no, but yes, this is correct, that provide variety of users with useful information about company's performance. So these are the kind of topics we will be studying today. We have to read through small parts of theory. Yes, to make economic decisions. This is not a part of financial analysis. The reason being, this is a part of portfolio management. Okay, once you identified that stock A is good, then what proportion that goes into portfolio management, and this is auditing. This is not financial reporting. So what are the key financial statement? The next points of discussion. Statement of financial position, which simply means balance sheet. What you know with balance sheet is true only on a particular point in time. Are we clear with this? That we say balance sheet as on a particular date. Statement of comprehensive income. What is this statement? This statement includes your income statement, and it also includes your OCI statement. Okay, so what it means is that at the beginning of the year your equity was 100. By the end of the year your equity became 150. The question is, how did you get that extra 50 of equity? So it is quite possible that about 30 has come from through your profit activities, so which includes your income statement, and remaining 20 has come through some item directly transferred to OCI, other comprehensive income. Are we clear? That means those items which are directly routed through equity without taking them to P&L. So this statement of comprehensive income includes both the income statement as changes to OCI. This point is important. You might want to make a short note out of this quickly. Under IFRS, income statement can be combined with other comprehensive income and presented as a single statement of comprehensive income, or it can be presented separately. So in IFRS, either you can combine or you can present it separately. Are you following what it means? And the next statement is statement of changes in equity, amount and sources of changes in shareholders' equity. What is the difference between the first and the second one? Statement of changes in equity and statement of comprehensive income. What would be the difference? See, it's like this. Say your opening equity is 100. Your closing equity is 170. Now it has increased by what? 30 of this has come through profit, which is your income statement. 20 of this has come through OCI, a direct transfer, Direct transfer means there was one item where you increase the value of asset but you directly routed it through OCI without taking it to P&L. Another 20 is because of issue of new shares. This issue of new shares is not considered as a part of statement of comprehensive income. So comprehensive income will bring you only to 150. Then that additional 20 would come through issue of new shares, and then statement of changes in shareholders equity would show you that this is 170. So what does this include? Amount and sources of changes in shareholders equity. So everything that has affected the amount of equity, that should be factored into this particular statement. Are we clear here? Yes, no? Let's move on then. Income statement and statement of cash flows. So this is fairly straightforward. What should be the answer? Income statement. Operating revenues and expenses. Okay, good. People suddenly get excited. Next point of discussion. Importance of financial statement notes and supplementary information, including disclosures of accounting policies, methods, estimates, and management commentary. Right, so when you prepare your major financial statement, income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement, and your statement in shareholders, changes in equity, you would provide a lot of supporting information to it, and a very important part of information would be your notes to accounts, in which you would give all sorts of management assumptions, accounting policies followed, all supporting extra information. Now this list is what you need to remember specifically. Footnotes would contain information related to accounting methods, estimates and assumptions, segment results. What are segment results? Yes, for example, if you're looking at, let's say, Tata Motors revenue, an automobile company, you might have geographical segment. How much of revenue comes from Europe, how much of revenue comes from China, how much from US, or how much of revenue comes from passenger cars, how much of revenue comes from heavy motor vehicles. All that information is called segment results. Are we clear? Commitments and contingencies. Contingencies means assume that there is a litigation pending and there is a possibility you might have to pay a substantial amount, so that's called as a contingent liability. A commitment means if you've taken asset on rent and the rent agreement is for 5 years, you don't have a choice but to pay that rent every year. Are you following this? So the total amount of rent which you have already committed would be put into notes to account, which is a part of your commitments. Legal proceedings, acquisitions, divestitures, issuance of stock options, details of employee benefit plans. Any question? Splitting off one company into smaller parts. Opposite of acquisition, just selling some part of your business to someone else. Okay. Now this is what you might want to write down, that footnotes are typically audited. Okay, so I found some small questions on this. So this part of your annual report is taken care by the auditors. Yes, Pankaj, you wanted to ask something? Mm-hmm. No. Contingent liability does not come on the balance sheet. It is always, because as of now it's not a liability. It's like you have an income tax litigation pending. It's just warning your shareholder that there is a possibility that this might come. And commitment means that if you've entered into a 5-year rent agreement, this year you will pay rent for only 1 year, but you've in a way committed the rent for next 4 years. So you want to also give an information about that to your shareholders. So therefore total amount of commitment and contingencies both. 1 year rent will come. This year's rent would come as an expenditure, but remaining 4 years which I have committed, that would come into notes to accounts. Are we good to move? No. So for those items for which we don't make provisions, we make contingencies. Okay, there are specific definitions, but that's out of your scope for CFA. No, I mean there are supporting notes, but there is a single set of notes which give reference to the four schedules that you have, four statements you have. But notes are direct. So the sequence is typically you would have income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement, statement in changes in equity, and after that the notes to accounts will start. Okay, but it is quite possible that first 7 notes would take care of income statement, then 7 to 15 would take care of balance sheet, so on and so forth. Next, management commentary, which is also called as management discussion and analysis. Now, this footnotes is generally factual data. Okay, what company is doing, what company has been doing. This is more or less qualitative data. What management feels about company, what might happen, what might not happen. So overview of company and important information about business trends, future capital needs, liquidity. Liquidity means possibility of company not having sufficient cash to pay to the creditors, the liquidity management, significant events, and significant choices of accounting methods requiring management judgment. Okay, so now what you would remember, I came across a beautiful question which said which of these following would least likely show the assumptions made by the management or accounting estimates made by the company. So the first option was notes to account. Does this show estimates? Yes, it does. For example, depreciation. Amount of depreciation is charged based on what life you estimated. So that would be given as a part of your notes to accounts. Second, management discussion and analysis. Does this show your estimates? Yes, because significant choices of accounting methods requiring management judgment. So let's say there is a asset which you acquired and management took a call that this asset would be used only for 3 years. If management decided that, then you will also have to put that here. So all those significant areas of assumptions or estimates will also come here. And the third section was auditor's report. Now this is of course no. So the estimates or assumptions can come either here or here, but they would generally not come into this section. Okay, so let's move. Now the important point, that MDAs are typically not audited. Okay, notes to accounts were audited section, but these are not necessarily audited by the auditors of your company. Are we good to move? That was a question. Notes to accounts, management discussion and auditor's report. So we said that notes and management discussion both might have estimates and assumptions, but auditor's report will not. Answer the question. Which of the following is least likely accurate? How many of you feel C? A, B, C is the answer. Let's read carefully. Management discussion and analysis, MDA, portion of the financial statement is required by SEC? Yes. Okay. So MDA section is required by SEC. This is what you might have to remember. So if you want, you can also make a note of it. Second, portion of financial statement includes past performance and future outlook. Yes, it does include past performance and future outlook. Then C, portion of financial statement includes audited disclosures that help explain information in a summarized in the financial statement. No, audited disclosures that help explain information summarized in the financial statement is actually your notes to accounts. Okay, so your balance sheet, income statement are summarized statements, and notes to accounts would show audited disclosures which would support that, which means the correct answer here is C. Yes, it's a management discussion. How what we have done in the past, what we are expected to do in future. So qualitative management discussion simply means how company would fare in future. What is the opinion of management? So it includes past performance as well. SEC is the regulatory body in US. So the way in India we have SEBI, in the same fashion we have SEC. Are we good to move? Yes. The correct answer is A. Extraordinary items, as you would study in your income statement topic, these are the ones which are called unusual and infrequent items. Okay, so this would come later on. And this is a part which is to be shown specifically in your income statement, and there is a note made for this, but this is not a part of MDA. But yes, capital resources and liquidity is there, past performance and future outlook is part of MDA. Next points of discussion.